Good morning. Okay, before I go any further, let me just tell you that there's a live today, Friday, the January 31st at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Please be there if you want. And also, we're not talking about criminals. We're just going to go and have a conversation, a good time. So come if you like. I encourage you to show up with your story so we can all kind of know more about you. That'd be great. And that's that. It's going to be 1 hour at the minimum. I can stay for as long as I want. But let's have a good time. But with that being said, today's video is about your comments, about the video I posted about Sarah Boone, the recent video I posted about Sarah Boone. And what I love the most about these comment videos is it allows me to really knock two birds with one stone. And I love the tongue pop. And pay attention. And because your comments are extremely funny, very witty. I think my audience is smart. I don't have a stupid audience. And thirdly, it allows you to feel like we are really in this together. Because I've said in the past that I read all your comments, but I may seem aloof, and it's very hard to convince someone that you're not aloof when you seem aloof, right? Perception is everything, okay? But anyway, so enough of that mess. Let's go to the official intro. What am I talking about? It's in the morning. I have a very long day. Look, if you're new here, if you're like, oh my God, what am I watching? I'm just a regular guy. My name is Ali Stanzik. I talk about criminals right here in the public. But, behind the scenes in the member videos, I have many facets to myself where I talk about other stuff as well. So with that being said, before we start, consider dropping me a like, subscribe if you haven't done so. And also, if you wanted to do more, you have options in the description below. Join the membership program because you know what? I talk about other subjects. Student Saunders 249, better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt. Oh, lovely. Abraham Lincoln and Sarah Boone. Agreed. That's what I say, I got to itch my armpit. That's what I say. Oh, happened. That's what I say that, yeah, if you ever get caught with the law, don't be fooled by those cops like, oh, don't worry. I'm here to help you. Yeah, of course you are. Of course you are. Like, it's no, lawyer, please. If it escalate beyond just a ticket, like, no. Shut your mouth. And, oh, what an inconvenience for my days. Oh, well, because you have no idea. Some of the language you say might be interpreted in a different way in court. So you might say to yourself, like, I just said good morning. But in the eyes of the law, the way you said good morning is, do you know what I mean? Because we're not that smart. We don't know the law like that, right? You might think you're talking out of your gums and you're like, yeah, I'm bamboozling him. But no. No. Anyway. Oh my God. I just started. Alistair, this is why your editing is a nightmare. Go. Okay. Brianna Bernie 4178. Hi, girl. Does your daughter speak French too? Yes, she does. Yes, she does. So her official French school starts in September. She was accepted early admission, darling. And let me tell you why. It's important. It's because so in France, your school career starts at 3 years old. Like the actual real school starts at 3 years old. But there are requirements. You got to be fully potty trained. Oh no, honey, not just like flush. You got to get up, take a poop, take a pee, wipe yourself, flush the toilet. The teachers can only help you tuck your shirt in. That's it. So, it's not the same here, right? So it's but de facto, I've always been a very involved parent, and I'm the only one in the house that speaks French. So she understands it, but she refuses to speak it because she's like, why do I got to speak French? Everybody else speaks English, And also, French is difficult for the tongue. So compared to English is easier. It's the muscles are more relaxed down here. In Francais, you have to put work. And so to her mind, she's like, I'm looking for the road. Let's travel, please. She's lazy. aren't all kids? What was that? I think I have an ear infection or a cold or something. Anyway, J9 and Phoenix. Hi. Where we all friends supporting her in court, okay? Well, oh my God, this computer is acting crazy. Anyway, yeah, we're all her friends. That first video that showed her filming him is missing a bit. Oh, he actually softly said, yes, ma'am, twice. Oh, I missed it. He did. She gets up and grabs her phone and berates him standing over him. She won't let him get access to his belongings in the cupboard. He's starting to say birth certificate which she kept from him. I have often wondered how long she kept her job from her personality perspective. Notice just how broken he looks and how emaciated, okay? Compare how he looked before Sarah Paulson met him and after he lived with her, he was her hostage. Sarah Paulson. Her maiden name. In that sad Stockholm Syndrome way, the video didn't contain the discussion in the back landing where she was telling George what to say in court. She had written a note down and was conducting a rehearsal, even telling him to say she was an angel. In one of those ridiculous DV charges, he was a completely broken man. I'm so very sorry, George, and for the Torres family. You see what I mean? Why your comments are so important? Because I missed that. I missed all that. And that's what I said. Some of the critics sometimes are so harsh. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a journalist. I have your mind. And even if I was, I don't have a whole team behind me like CNN to tell me what to say. I don't have a teleprompter. I'll do all this out of my head. There's no way I can catch everything. It's literally humanly impossible. You know, more brains better than one. And you are my collective. J9 and Phoenix. Thank you so much. Well, that puts a whole spin on her spiel, doesn't it? You see what I mean? You see what I mean? She's a monster. And I didn't even know, I couldn't believe I missed it in the video I showed. It must be because of the wind and maybe my earring was not well, but also partially because my brain was like, this is very traumatic to watch. So I was like half on, half off. Like it was weird, but thank you so much. Oh my God, only 3 comments. Dépêche-toi. Then at Shilogal 8038. I love the clown emoji. Like that's from The Joker. Favorite movie, The Joker? Yeah. Anyway, the terrifying part is if Boone hadn't recorded it, and if she'd exercised her right to remain silent, she would have gone away with it. Ah! Bitch! She sunk her own ship. Why did I have a weird visual with that? But yeah, she did. Yet she blames everyone else, including the men she killed. She does blame him. How dare she? She handed the state all the evidence needed to convict her. The justice emoji. Where you guys find those emojis? This is actually quite cute and cool and awesome. Sorry, I think I have a cold coming. Sorry. So, Shallowguy8038 continues. I wish George could know about all the support and love he has from us. I know. I wonder if, in his final moments, he thought if she was just going to throw the suitcase in the lake and he'd never be found. George, the truth came out. Sarah's been exposed. Everyone knows the real her. Yeah. Ooh. Oh my God. Am I emotional today? What's going on? I swear I'm not having a male PMS moment. That was very profound what you just said, because most likely he had a thought. You know, the preservation complex is real. And in those final moments, your mind goes there. Is this when I'm going to die? Is this really happening? And don't forget, he was in a suitcase in the dark. So he couldn't even brace for impact. So the idea that another hit is coming is in his mind. And then he can't breathe. No. They need to reinstate the death penalty for this bitch. Because this is beyond just torture. No, honestly. Oh, I'm so sorry, George. And you know, imagine how we went through this. Imagine his mom. Imagine. Because you know, siblings have a different their mind, they don't think the same deeply as the parents. I don't know how to explain this, but you get what I'm saying. Like the parents is deep and dark. The siblings is deep, but not parents go deeper. You know, because it's your baby. You pushed it, you raised it, you didn't sleep for months. You were worried about it all your life just for it to all come to an end in a suitcase. You know, like, you know, okay, move on, Alstero. You're falling tears. I'm fighting the tears really hard. Oh my God. William Elias 5332. You should have been a lawyer. Oh, thank you. You know what I really wanted to do when I was a little kid, before I grew up? Did I ever grow up? No. Let me tell you what I really wanted to do. I wanted to become a inventor, like a engineer, but like an inventor, right? And I would be like, and it's so funny because, so I would tell my mom, and I was always like this, right? So I haven't changed, but I would tell my mom, like, okay, mommy, now ask me your questions. My mom was always like, what? and I said, ask me a question. And every time she'd be like, what color is the sun? Some random stuff. I was like, no, mommy, ask me how to solve world hunger. And she'd be like, how do you solve world hunger? And I would go on a tangent about the invention I would discover to solve world hunger. Yeah. I have all these videos. I've only shown you one, but I have a lot more. And unfortunately, my mom was like, stop showing this our home videos. So I didn't show any more. But because I was such an enigma to my family members around me, and they were like, we don't understand what's going on with this child. And it was like, for them, it was comical, but for me, that's really who I was. And unfortunately, when you grow up, you realize that the real world doesn't like this. Do you know what I mean? And so you have to go out there in the world and be like, good morning, good evening. How may I help you? Yeah. You have to kind of put on this exterior and then come home and let your hair down and be yourself. But I'm my happiest when I'm home. And that's why home is so important to me, because I don't have to put on these layers. And that's why when I first started this YouTube channel, I told you guys, this is really, really weird, because at the very beginning, when we first met each other, it was edited to a feverish level. The amount of redid I did, because I was like, people are not gonna, like, what? And then over time, frankly, the reason why I became more and more myself in front of the camera is because it was just too much of a nightmare to edit. And I was like, oh my God, I'll be here all day. And before, it used to be all day. It used to be all day. It used to be literally the whole day. And I was like, this is not sustainable. Okay. But yeah, I wanted to become an inventor, but a lawyer was not there. I ended up going to science. But yeah, I do have that brain of a nosy person. Oh, sorry, I have to decline this phone call. 1 second. Can I call you back later? Yeah, there you go. Sorry, it's important though. I have to expedite this because I got to make this call. All right. Next, Olivia Simone, D6F. Yeah, F. I just adore you. Thank you. I adore you all too. By the way, keep commenting, because for example, the next one, Casey Chambers. Hey Casey. Hey Casey. Hey. I don't know who you is. Like, the more you interact also with me, the more my photographic memory shows up. Right? Even Damp 3511. I know who you is. Right? I have a stellar photographic memory. It got me in trouble. Like, I remember what you did. Anyway. Casey Chambers. So Casey is not a good one. Listen. Timestamp 1:16:44. In my opinion, the male cops needed to see beyond gender and heterosexual norms. Yes, Casey. By the time George started making outcries, George was being educated in his classes about abuse. I didn't know that. You see? I didn't know that. The cops at that point were regulars and were personally creeped out by Sarah and her badge bunny behavior. I didn't know that. Thank you. The only time Sarah got a charge and was arrested was when the female cop was on the investigation. You see, women are immune to that. I found that to be interesting. It was also early in their relationship. If you compare the videos, Sarah's normal charm doesn't work. Bitch! Casey. Casey, I didn't know that, but I think that's why I was immune to her charm. Oh, hetero man. No, listen to me. No, the heteros are not stupid. I joke around like that because, even the homos, we are simpler. How to say this? We're simpler. So even the homos are less complex than women. Heteros are even less complex than the homos. Right? So it's an inside joke that I say. And I think if you're gonna go a little deeper, and I think it's because there's a lot more expectation put on. Okay, I'm gonna say it, put on women and members of the LGBT community, and there's no expectation put on the regular people. Do you know what I mean? So that's why they don't have the need to be more complex. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh my God, don't throw tomatoes. Look, I'm just talking. All right, leave me alone. Anyway, so Casey's like, I got a long drive. Let's do this. Yes, it was a very long video. First of all, when I was recording this, I didn't think it was going to be that long. And I remembered I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be here all day, every day. And I was looking at the video, I was looking at the clock, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. The upload alone was a nightmare. I was like, oh, jeez. Anyway, DANP3511. Hey, boy, hey. At 1:40:30, this is the key piece of evidence that seals Sarah's fate. Everyone has seen the 2 suitcase videos and they weren't good for her, but this is the missing piece of the puzzle. None of the expert BSS testimony matters when you see this video. Sarah's full abusive personality is on display and George is covering like a wimp puppy. Okay? He does react like a puppy whacked on the nose, but Sarah remains... I hate people who do that, by the way. Please, don't hit your dog. Not you, per se. I'm saying in general. I've seen it happen. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Hitting your dog on the nose. But anyway, but Sarah remains controlled throughout, and like a beaten puppy, he is scolded and sent downstairs. It's a difficult watch, but it's arguably the most important evidence as it contradicts her entire narrative. And we hear George for the first time and how Sarah overwhelms him. Yeah, overwhelms him. He said it. He's like, oh my God, girl, you're too much. You're too much. She's a lot. You know, just process your comment right there. Yeah, it really was a missing piece. You're right. You're more than right, because we all seen that video, right? And even with that video, there were some people who were probably like, oh yeah, but you're right. Showing her character really connects the puzzle dot together, and it's very difficult to defend that, right? Anyway, little piece 2. Hi. I always enjoy watching you connect the dots, darling. Who could have predicted that I would enjoy this entry as well? Oh, thank you. You are who you is, Sarah, and you do what you done. Is that really hard talk? I love it. I fucking love it. When the footage was played out in court, you could feel the bars clanking on Sarah forever. Forever. Okay, darling? Forever. The disease leave my body. So then Helen someone 167 replied, nonetheless, went straight over Sarah's... You guys are so ridiculous. I love it. Went straight over Sarah's head. She just don't get it. She put it in capital. Don't get it. Futuristically, she is screwed. Yes. And the little piece is laughing. You see, I love how you guys are having fun over there. Yeah. So, Gino West 99990 said, long video. She's dancing. Sarah is awful. George went through a lot with her. I really wish he would have stayed away from her like this. Family and the police officer advised him. You see? I love the emojis though. It really it does the affection because I have it all in my head. I think like that. Wait until your next text, until you see text message. Poor George was stuck in her web. He needed help to get away from her. She kept pursuing him. Yeah. This is from Sherry Ramos 6887. Yeah. And you know what? You could see moments where he was like, how do I get out of here? And every time she saw that, you know what she would do? I love you. I love you. I love you. I need you. Come on. No, don't go away. No, don't leave. I love you. She would love bomb him to seduce him even. I don't have another one. To seduce him even more, so he doesn't see anything. Do you know what I mean? Poor George. Okay. So, Bubbity Bubs. She had him taken off the lease not long after they moved in, just so she could do this. I didn't know that. That's why I'm sitting there like, he's on the lease, everybody. What do you mean protective order? I gotta go somewhere. I gotta stay somewhere. You could protective order means to go somewhere, but you're gonna pay for my hotel. I didn't know. Sorry, we're friends. I didn't know all this. This is why we are a team here. I can't know everything. Out of your mind. Thank you, Bubbity Bubs. I love the squirrel. Look at that. So Bubbly Bob says, "Hey, baby O is not getting the same upbringing as you. She also has all kinds of family from Christopher. There are things you can't control, but a secure, solid childhood is an armor." Yes, you're talking about my fear that is uh completely OCD like. Yeah, you know. First of all, I'm fully aware of my flaws. I'm aware of it. I can be overbearing. I can be compulsive. I can be uh, when like you like you're stuck on something but you can't let go. Obsessive. Yeah. I can be obsessive. Did I say that? I don't know. And then and I have in French c'est la trouille. So I'm scared of everything, and so I've had to, so all like a lot of my natural personality trait doesn't clash with how I have to live in real life. And so when I am home, I am haunted by the constant need to control my natural impulses, which is to be excessive. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And so these thoughts eat me away almost on a daily, and it's because of my obsessiveness, right? And 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 because of that obsessiveness, I am constantly researching. Like it's just, it's obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with that aspect of that fear, of that trouille, right? And so you have all these things combined, and it creates a horrible disaster for the helicopter parent who is a nightmare. Okay, and I'm aware of that, and so. I'm also sensitive that I need to make sure that this does not translate to my kid, right? So, a lot of this is, I'm in constant conscious control of how this is exuded out until the girl is like 23 or something, right? Because and I have to be like an actor almost, right? Because otherwise, I will freak the shit out, right? Like so, yeah, it is a constant fear of mine, and um every once in a while, I said to Chris, "It's like nothing bothers you. That doesn't bother you." He's like, "Nope," you know. And this, I'm so thankful for my in-laws, because, honey, they really ground me, And unfortunately, I am a product of trauma and abuse myself, right? And these things never leave you. So I am going through life as a grown-up, pretending, really pretending in front of the world, and then coming home and being myself and being thankful that someone is able to put up with that. Because I like to say this a lot, but when I look in perspective, like, imagine that's a lot for someone who's like, "All right, you're cute and all, but I'm not putting up with this for the rest of my life," right? Like, imagine. So thankful. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. I'm the luckiest man in the world. You have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea. And so thank you for that comment. And I think about my daughter's armor every single day. How can I make it better? How can I improve her armor? And you're right. A solid childhood, family members around, her nana around, and just everybody making sure that she knows, you touch me, the might of my family will come to you. Oh my God, I was like, come down. Sorry, next comment. Thank you. Oh, look, Jimmy Chambers 529. I love the tangent about the daughter. I have a 5-year-old and I start talking about her any chance I get. PACT rules, thank you. Yeah. It's one of those things I say. Sorry, guys, about the kids. Listen, I always say that pre-baby, I would have never thought that this would be so consuming in my head. You're right. And even my friend group has changed. This is for a whole nother story. Maybe I'll share with you in a live. My whole friend group has changed because it's just like my brain just can't. I've changed. I've evolved, and you're right. It's so all consuming. God, the sleepless night. You have a 5-year-old daughter. Congratulations. I always congratulate parents. I'm like, yay! Because I know what you did, and I know what you're doing, and I know how hard it is, okay? The childless people have no idea. They have no idea. They have no idea how hard this job is. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. Helen, someone, 6167. Helen is so funny. Premeditated, 100. Helen, I myself run like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Helen. When Olympia runs, look, can I tell you a funny secret I do? So we have moments, I sell fitness. So, we part of our bonding time really is we exercise together. And, I mean, it's colder now, but, not just at the gym. Like we go outside to the park and I chase her around and we run, we do the climbing, like all this stuff is important. We do planks, like we do the yoga poses. She does her best, right? But we do all that stuff for a good hour to 2 hours. It's fun for her, but in my mind, I'm like, okay, it's time to go outside and do some work, to do some exercise, some movement, right? Every time as I go, because I look forward to it, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to make her run. I'm like, run. Because I'm chasing her, because she likes to be chased. She's like, Papa, chase me. I'm like, okay, run. She doesn't even, I can walk and catch her, but it's so funny. Every time I go, yes, I'm like, run, girl, run. It's so funny. It's so funny. I absolutely love it. Oh my girl. I can't wait till she grows up. I'm like, you were amazingly cute. And I have videos of that. Please, I'm going to document everything. I have a little box, it's a big butterfly box. And I'm saving everything. Oh yeah, I'm that parent. I'm saving everything. The box. I'm going to give it to her when she's 18, when she goes to college. I won't even tell her with a letter. Okay, another tangent. During the baby shower, baby shower? Yeah, baby shower. Yeah, before she was born. I told everybody there to write a note. Handwritten note that I'm assured to her when she's 18. Because I don't know if you're going to be alive in 18 years. Like, I don't know. Right? I want a handwritten note. And in addition to the handwritten note, I took a video of everybody's there. What's your name? And tell me more. So that when she wakes up, when she's 18, and she opened that letter and that note, and I put the USB file, because hopefully by that time the technology will be better, so she can just plug it into her whatever. And she can open the letters and see what you say to her 18 years ago. And we did one too, me and Christopher, just in case we also don't make it in 18 years, right? You never know. You never know. I can't wait to give it to her. Okay. All right. Helen, someone. Oh, Helen, I love it. Good afternoon from the UK. UK? I'm not first. I excel at everything. Bitch. Oh, and then look at the replies. You are a grade A student. Ocean Giovanni is like, do you see what eyes mean? Do you see this mess? How can you not have a great morning drinking coffee, reading this? How can you not? Let me tell you, this is what I mean. And at the very I know at the beginning, some people felt like, oh my God, where is he? I've always been here. It just, I never documented like this, but look at that. Anyway, that's all the comments. Listen, I always say, my audience are not stupid. There's a seasonedness to them all. And, clearly they know more than me. So every time you see a video, comment away. Comment your thoughts. Comment, because I will read it, but not just me. We're all going to see it. And we're all going to sit there laughing about it, right? And that's the beauty of this community that I am reviving and rejuvenating. You know what I mean? And also, for the life of today, there's something I'm very proud of myself about. I'll tell you more about it during the live. For today, as in January 31st, 2025. Just in case someone watches this 20 years later. Where's the live? You said the live today. 20 years, how old would I be? 3, 4, 5. I'd be like 60. I don't think, 60. Wow, 60. Oh, aging. So cruel. Anyway. Wait, this is Let's Talk. Only 5 minutes. Then I'm going to make my phone call. Okay? So, like, subscribe, everybody. May I just encourage everybody to join the membership program if you want. If you look at the options. And pick the one that your purse can handle. And then join the conversation on different topics. And let me warn you, I talk about everything. Okay? So this is not just criminal. I talk about, like, politics. I talk about sex. I talk about drugs. I talk about everything. So it's just the algorithm won't allow me to share that with you. But if you only want criminals, no members, because I try not to talk about criminals because I do enough of it here. But if you want another conversation, yeah. Let's talk. Okay, really quickly. Actually, what was the point of the Let's Talk? I don't know. Think about it. I think I told you everything. I think I said everything. No, my brain is distracted because I have to make that phone call. Okay, think of a story. Oh, but I didn't ask permission. Okay, so something that I don't require permission to talk about. Work. Can I talk about that? Probably not a good idea. No, probably not a good idea. So if you're wondering, when I come here and tell you about the Let's Talk, I have some idea of what I want to talk about. But then if it involves other people, and also because I don't live by myself, I have to answer to someone. I have a husband and a daughter, I answer to someone. You know what I mean? Like I need to double check and make sure they feel okay with what I'm talking about, right? And like if I tell you a story about my mother-in-law, I gotta ask her, can I talk about that? Oh, I can talk about that. Okay, I'll tell you. So anyway, so I don't like to offend people if I don't have to. That's just been my MO. I'd rather have more friends than people who are like, fuck this guy. So anyway, look. So we are going to Italy. We're going to Italy sometime in March. Well, the date needs to be determined, but sometime in March and April. So we as a family here, me, Chris, and Olympia, and Christopher is southern Calabrian, so from southern Calabria, Italy, and so he has family there. Now, to give you an idea of the extension of my in-laws goes beyond, right? Because you have the ones here in the US, which it's unusual for non-Americans, right? But everybody, like the uncles, the cousin of, their kids. So when we have massive family reunions, which we have once a year, we go to the person with the biggest house because we have to accommodate everybody. And let me tell you that it's so many kids. Oh my God, they're so fertile. Sometimes I'm like, what? How many kids do you have? 4? You? 6? You? 3? You? 4? It's like, wait a minute. To feed, the food for that day is astronomical. But it goes even beyond that. And then there's the ones who stayed in Italy, which they are in contact with through the Facebook. And so when we have this big yearly gathering, they put them on the WhatsApp video, and so they're also part of the story. And they never met me. They don't know who I mean, they've never met me in person, in the flesh. Like, right? So we're going there with my mother-in-law because she knows the area better, and they're gonna meet me. And I get to discover the other side of the family, other side of the family over there that don't speak Italian, they don't speak English. So, mother-in-law will be the translator, and they get to see Olympia. They get to actually no longer do it through the Zoom, tangible, And so we're going to do Venice first. Please, you guys do some vacation, okay? And then we're going to go Sicily, then Calabria, and do family time. And then come back home. But But as a family, me, Chris, and Olympia, it's no secret. I've said this before. So when the girl turns 18, we're retiring in the U.S. in Europe. Well, we're leaving the United States and we're going to Europe on a permanent residence situation, right? And so we were toying around between France and Italy because I'm a French citizen, so we can go back to France, or Italian citizen, we go back to Italy. So we were talking a little bit about it, and Italy is going to be where we're going to settle. So part of this 11, 12 year journey. How old is the girl? She's 3, at least. I'll do the math correctly, okay? So says this, said this, with this, snap. Okay, so in the next 15 years, we're going to, part of the family is to figure out where we want to stay in Italy, right? So we're going to do a lot more back trips to Italy to figure out where do we like to live. And so doing this trip in non-touristy years allows us to kind of see where we want to live, you know? Anyway, what a less talk. I really have to go. I have to go. Like literally, she's like, excuse me, like the world is falling apart. Call me back. Okay, I will. Bye, everybody. See you later today at the live. Love you for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'm the luckiest, man. Even to have you. Listen, I'm the luckiest. I'm the luckiest. Stop talking. Bye.